This book wouldn't have happened if it hadn't been for Judy Hayes. Judy was very supportive of the Bethesda book because she's a Grigsby and that's where they come from. She also taught there, but she said, you know, the Burwood book really needs to be reprinted. And I said, oh, yes, it does, because it's been out of print forever, and people want a history of Burwood.
Poetry is the news that stays news. I've lived with this characterization of poetry for almost 40 years now, and I suppose I'm no closer to understanding what he means than I did as an undergraduate, discovering this new kind of language called poetry.
I never would have met these ladies and got to enjoy them if I had not joined. We're from different churches, we live in different parts of the city, have different interests, but we all come together as a unit. And we all like to cook, we like to sew, we like to learn.
I'm local and my services are free. So how can I help you? How can I assist you with making decisions or knowing how to go to the next thing so that you know you're not walking this journey alone? And you're not. Look around the room. You can have a support group right here just by turning around and going, I'm a caregiver and my name is Lynn. And then, you know, go from there. So you're not alone. You're not alone.
If I'm engaging Celia, I don't ever want to be standing above her, talking at her. I try to really get down on her level and make eye contact to create a safer space. So active listening, body language are two huge things, and just normalizing, hey, if you are struggling, it's okay, and validating them. It just changes the whole conversation.
The number one thing that you can do is microchip your animal. As Terry said, keeping them in a safe location and secured during fireworks, turning on television or music, something to sort of dampen the sound.
Critchlow sprints to his left, squares his shoulders, back to the middle, wide open, touchdown! Rebels, a Luke Hill, 29 yards.
Williamson County has had standards for these systems in place for almost the whole life of this technology in Tennessee. Williamson County and Rutherford County, through Consolidated Utility District, had the forethought to establish enforceable standards. In Williamson County, it was through the local zoning ordinance.
We've journeyed down a well-worn way in search of those who couldn't stay, now lost in mist where shadows play, a distant place called yesterday.
He's kind of the gentle, dainty type in our play groups. Most of the time, he prefers being a couch potato, watching traffic go by and being petted. He does enjoy a good little walk, and he's very easy to walk. So if you'd like to learn more about Bastion and all of our other dogs that we have at the center, and right now we have quite a few large dogs, please come on by and pay us a visit.
We saw some really nice bluegill caught on Free Fishing Day, but yeah, partnered with tourism and the Bill Dance Giant Bass Open and state parks, of course, that were great hosts. Really had a nice event, a lot of activities for people. We had around 200 kids registered. Of course, their families were there helping them fish, and everybody seemed to have a nice time. A lot of fish were caught.
The opportunity that has been given to me, I've just been blessed to be able to come to work and work for Williamson County and serve Williamson County in different capacities. I started in Williamson County as a telecommunicator answering 911 and then moved from there. And I appreciate the different county executives and mayors, and especially Mayor Anderson.
Manuel Hall, the bottom of your screen, in motion. They're going to hand off to him.
Here comes the reverse.
He's going to kick the reverse. He's got a man wide open running. He's got him. Wide open is Prince. Prince makes one heck of a move, and he's going to run into the end zone.
Holy smokes.
My gosh, I cannot believe they dialed that sucker up on third down.
Toward the barn with its tractor, its hay bales, its tools, small boy disappearing behind the tall door, where grandpa is waiting with tool using law. So what if the tall grass will get his shoes wet? He's finished his breakfast. He's ready to jet.
So if you're looking for a very handsome, very cute, very social, very friendly, and playful dog, I want y'all to look no further than Scooby. You don't even need to solve a mystery. Hop in your mystery machine and come on down and meet Scooby and all of his pals here at the center.
But more importantly, you were quoted saying, it's important to understand history, where you've been before you know, and where you're going. And I think we even had a picture of that was on the slideshow just a second ago. But Dad, you've made history. You've created departments, jobs, policies, boxes, and so much more. When people look back on what has brought Williamson County Public Safety to this point, they will look no further than Bill Jorgensen. The legacy you have left here will be everlasting, and it could literally withstand an F5 tornado.
It's third down for the Raptors in goal. Becker takes a snap, and he's got room. Becker's going to step up, gets a couple bucks. Now he's wide open man. The defense broke down, and that's what Michael Becker does. That's what T.C. Jennings did for this Ravenwood team.
This county is one of the few counties across the state that took on that journey, that took on that challenge to say, this is how we want to grow. And we'll file that in Nashville. Hopefully, we'll be able to grow when the cities need to grow. And all of this is about planning for our schools, planning for our areas.
Fitting in about 20 minutes of exercise, whether that's walking or light resistance with weights, is also very helpful for weight management, is really all you need to start with. And then making small diet changes, such as cutting out sugary sodas or things like that, and finding a suitable alternative. Managing your diabetes should not be a form of torture in any way, because that is just not fun and not a way to make sustainable changes.
We met at a member's house, and one of our members was going to be a grandmother for the first time. So we had a baby shower for her, things that she could keep at her house for her new grandchild. And Mary was there, which is always a plus.
Ireland has traditionally been associated with the Northeast Seaboard, with your Bostons, your New Yorks, Philadelphias, and it's been a kind of a process of overdue correction that we pay attention to our Irish communities in the Southeast. And Tennessee has an amazing story in that regard. About 10% of Tennesseans are Irish or Scots-Irish. And I think specifically that Scots-Irish connection is something we're really interested to explore.
Well, you think about a wildlife officer, you think, well, we're going to be out checking hunter and fishermen, and just be out in the woods. But I mean, you could come across anything, and you guys are equipped now, just like a police officer or even a paramedic in some cases, how to take care of an issue or help with any way you can, right?
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah, we were actually discussing that on the ride here this morning. It's a big responsibility. Yeah. Glad we're here. Glad we were able to take that oath and swear in.
They got those linebackers close. See them, Kevin? They're running like a 3-5.
In motion this time, they do get the ball to Franklin. They get a steal block. Franklin gets outside of the blocks. In there. Touchdown, Franklin. Yellow Jackets, 13-point lead, 34-21, with point after upcoming to make it 14.
They had respect.
The whole crowd is going nuts.